What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another episode of Making It Mod Sauce. That's right. How's everybody doing? Oh my goodness, today is a very special day. You know why it's a very special day? It's because today is episode 100. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I can't believe it. I really find this hard to believe. You know why? I've never done a series this long. I've never had a part 100 of anything in my entire YouTube career. And I've been doing YouTube for over 5 years now. 5 years. Over 5 years. Can you believe it? It's craziness. Well, anyway, as promised, I said I was going to work on Kinko in her background super duper hard and try and get as much of it finished up as I could by episode 100. So, why don't we take a look, guys? I got a little special thing that I just added. I want to see how it looks. I want to see if it works. Check this out. Let's press the secret button and bam. Oh my goodness, it's so cool. Oh my, I just love this space. It is so cool. Anyway, let's turn all these crazy lights off. So I set these lights all up. These are part of Botania. Yeah, really neat. I came across them today, actually, when I was messing around. Hint. But yeah, unstable beacons, they're called. So pretty neat. We'll get into those later. But anyway, I also added some sweet new redstone to open and close. So this goes on and off based on when you have the drawbridges pulling in and out. So neat little new addition. And I added on these latches so that this way now, whenever we send over the wireless signal to open and close it, we can just do it by a button. So that means we'll be able to turn that on and off from many different places and have that cool beacon effect. Oh my goodness, I just love it. I love it so much. Any case, yes, let's take a look at some of the new things that happened. Kinko does look very different. A lot of the changes happened during our live stream. That happened earlier this week, and it was really kind of like my first time live streaming. I really had a fun time. It was super cool. Didn't get as much done during the stream as I had hoped for, but it was really cool hanging out with a lot of you guys, the viewers. And I love that. I ate it up. I spent most of the time just talking with the chat, but we're going to have to do this way more often. I think it's super cool. Anyway, based on the chat, a lot of the stuff was what people in the stream voted on. And yeah, the carpets, they're all different colors now. And I actually fell in love with this. I really like the new look. I do miss the old red carpets, but people said they wanted to have, and actually they're purple, but people asked me to change it to this blue and yellow. So pretty cool. And you know what? These two color carpets match up pretty dang well. You can even see there's yellow within it, and it's pretty royally. I think it's definitely deserving of Kinko, but it looks pretty cool. I got all these little middle spaces marked out now with glass. So it looks pretty neat. There's still a few, I guess as Mumbo would say, bits and bobs, odds and ends that still need to be worked on, but that's okay. They don't need to be all finished to finish it, but I got all the crown in. You guys, we'll go look below in a moment, but you guys said you really like the carpenter's blocks and really like the look of it, so I went ahead and did that. That took me a couple hours, and yeah, it's all done, as you could see in that little intro part. I did not do the insides of it, but I think that's okay. And I didn't want to have too many carpenter's blocks because each time you go across is like 1,000 or more. So it's pretty crazy. Anyway, we then got below. I changed out all the red carpets and changed them over to the yellow, which I think actually gives a lot of pop. I really like the look. I had then put in all these little paths, switched it over so we have a carpet going through, and then have all the little balconies on both this floor and that floor. The corners didn't finish yet. I did a few of them. They're really oddball shaped, so I guess it kind of fits in, but they still aren't quite to my liking. So that I'm still going to play around with, but I think it's pretty cool. I think for the most part, we got it done. I haven't decided yet if I want to do the path or not, because the only thing I couldn't figure out was how to get the carpets into a slippy block, and I don't know if that's possible. But I think it's okay. I think that we got the bulk of it done. If this had to end here and I couldn't do any more building, I'd honestly be happy with it. I'd be happy with it. So very, very cool. Kingco is more or less done. More or less done. I also cleared up. A lot of people have been asking me to clear up all these quantum link chamber rings that I had sticking out and everything like that. So I did a little bit of rewiring. So everything's good. I added in a whole bunch more power too. And dense energy cells. Just because it was cutting in and out after a little while. And we're using so much power here, especially from this constant 64 stacks of wireless boosters. That uses up 8.21 thousand RF per tick. That's nuts. Nutballs. That's like having more than a Corey going constantly. So pretty cool. I'm happy. So what's going to go on now? ModSauce is far from over. And I think that it's about time we start getting involved in some more stuff, some new stuff. And stop. We've been building, spending so much time on Kingco. I think we're at a good stopping point for it. And I'll do little updates as we go, piece by piece, and show you. But I think for the most part it's done. I got to see those lights again. It's just so cool. Oh man, look at that. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. And yes, Botania is the mod that we're going to get into today. And guys, thanks so much for sticking with me. It's been an awesome ride. And we've got a long way to go, but I just want to take a moment to say thank you. I love you all. You are just awesome. I love this series. It's probably one of my favorite series ever on my channel. Ever. Definitely my favorite modded series. Anyway, Botania. Where did we leave off? Let me get things together and we will return. Alright guys, I'm super excited. A lot of people have been asking me to do this mod for a while, and a couple of the members of the server, Slipgator and Jassassin, both got pretty far into this, if not done everything, but I'm excited to finally get into it. It's I've done Blood Magic before, but that's about the only other magic mod. So I'm pretty excited, and Botania is actually, I guess, somewhat considered a little bit tech. It's like mostly magical, but a magical tech mod. I'm not sure exactly what is makes a mod be considered tech, but I like tech, so anything that has tech in the name is cool too. Anyway, I got into it a little bit, not that far. Basically, the stuff that I've done, just to recap you, I put in a bunch of stuff into my assembler too for other new stuff. But we're going to try and speed through what I've done thus far. Basically, you can make a pestle and mortar, and you can turn any of the flowers that you find outside. Let's see if we can find some. All these pretty colorful flowers. And you can turn them, if you grab them, you can just take them, you can turn them into these petals, and then you can use the pestle and mortar. Let's see, do I have the pestle and mortar? Do I? Well, we'll craft one up real quick. Let's see. And this is a pretty, like, good mod, in my opinion. It's got a beginning, middle, end game. It's a lot of stuff to go through, so it's pretty exciting. Anyway, you go ahead and you can just put that with a pestle and mortar. So we saw what the recipe was. Stick any wood plank in the bowl. And, oh, where'd it go? Oh, it was in here. What the heck happened here? Giving me problems already, but then you can take the pestle and mortar with that and you can get any color dye. So I have that automated for every color dye, and that's pretty much what we had set up in the past. Why don't we just take a quickie peek at it. Let's see, spawners. I've shown this in several episodes. We recently actually had to fix it up, but we set up these things that had the Horn of the Wild, which is not in there right now. Where is my horn? My horny horn. Okay, there it is. Horn of the Wild, which is the recipe right here. This is as far as we got just to get this item so that we could get all different colored dyes. And we turn that on. Bam, bam. I'm going to turn off my magnet. That's one thing in this mod. You don't want to have your magnet on very often. But yeah, we got this set up that did all the different colored dyes. And I think I got this one fixed too. I don't remember. I have another horny horn, and this one is doing the, oh no, this one isn't fixed up yet. But this one was doing a different type of dye to do the, or a different type of bone meal that was able to get the Botania flowers. Anyway, we'll come back to that in the future, but that's as far as I've got, if you already know Botania. So basically, we're just going to have the flowers. It goes off randomly all the time. I don't know why. It's so weird. It's not on. That is so funny. That is so funny. So anyway, we need a place to do Botania now. So where are we going to do it? Where are we going to do it? Let's see. I had said the bottom of Kinko was going to go to each of the different directions. I think it's to the west. Let's just go back up so I can see which way is west. All right, west is that way. So let's go to a brand new area now that we're done with Kinko. And Kinko, each of the directions are going to take us to our future new and improved spots. So I actually want to dig this out as we go through. So we'll get some type of nice tunnel going over to it. And bam! The new Botania area. And it's loading all funny. Stop it, guys. Stop it. All right, let's do an F3A. F3A? All right, perfect. Look at this area. It's super cool. I've been wanting to do something over here for so long. We've got our highlands that Kinko's on right here. And then we have another highlands over here. So this is a nice little valley. We got this super cool meteor over here. And we even got more stuff. What's this little thing? It's like a little hut. Now, it's also super neat is that Kinko's wireless works all the way over here. So we'll be able to access all of our AE stuff. And a lot of the Botania, I want to use it so that it can complement the tech that we have already and be able to try and fast pace through it. What do we have over here? I just want to check this out. What is this place? Spruce sapling, spruce sapling. Is this your house? Is this your house, guy? What do you got? I forgot what you do with hobgoblins. I think, yeah, they're part of witchery. Oh, we can trade stuff with them. That's pretty cool. Anyway, all right, so let's get set up. I already, I put a mana pool already down here, and I started doing stuff, but I want to start from the absolute beginning with you. Just speed through it. How we go. So the first thing that you're going to need is you are going to need the Lexica Botania, which basically, if you want to craft this, you should get one. I think you get one when you start the game. If you don't, all you do is you take a book, any type of blank Minecraft vanilla book, and then put it with any type of tree sapling, and it will give you the Lexica Botania. Super cool. So in this guy, this super cool looking book, you're able to see absolutely everything that you could ever want to know about Botania. And it even has an index going through if you're trying to just look something up really quick. Because there's a lot of stuff in the mod, a whole lot of stuff. Anyway, basics, mechanics, talks about the book. Mystical flowers, talks about the fertilizer, all that good stuff. That's what I went with through with you already. Pestle and mortar. Put into that. Do it with the bowl. Hey, tinfoil chef. And then this is the floral fertilizer, which we had done. If you use this fertilizer, normal bone meal. And you use normal bone meal on the ground. Let's just craft off some of that. Now let's get some fertilizer as well. I already have this auto crafting in my system. Bam. So we'll just grab out what we have there already while that crafts up. So normal bone meal is going to give you vanilla grass, vanilla flowers, just the poppies, the dandelions and the poppies. I still liked it better when they were called roses. But if you want to get the Botania flowers, you make this fertilizer and then you can spam the ground and it will give you all the Botania ones. So super cool. This is super beginning, early game just to get stuff. Now Botania, in this mod, everything revolves around flowers. That's how you get your, I guess, quote unquote, power, which they call, I believe it's flora or mana or something along those lines. But anyway, let's go back. Okay, so the mystical flowers. Next, we have to build this petal apothecary. This is the first kind of like crafting table type thing. This is the recipe for it right here. Cobblestone slab, and then any color little petal. And that will make the apothecary. Cool. So I happen to already have a apothecary. Let's not go through craziness of crafting right in the beginning, but okay, we got our apothecary. Sweet. So what do you do then, Mr. Botania? What do I do with the apothecary? Okay. So next we're going to make pure daisies. Now everything's going to revolve around living wood and living rock in the beginning. Most all the crafting recipes. Now to do this, we just take normal stone and wood, like a show, and we got to put it around a daisy. And it says after about a minute or so, it is going to convert the stone and the wood to all the living stuff. Then once we have the living stuff, we can start to make like this little twig magic wand thing, and then it shows how to make the pure daisy. Cool. So let's make pure daisy. I already got a bunch of them from last time we did this, but let's do it again. So basically what we need to do is we need to grab some white flowers. So you can go around, find white flowers, and we need a bucket as well. All right, bucket of water. Super cool. So I also found it super handy. If you're not by like a little water area, you can use the Pam's Harvest Craft brick wells, and this is just like an infinite source block of water that you can keep on pulling buckets out of, just iron and bricks. So super easy. Anyway, I already got a full bucket, so let's throw that in. Cool. And then like most magic mods, you got to just queue stuff in. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like the Lexica Botania said, and then throw some seeds in to seal the deal. Bam! Super cool! So we got our first daisy. Very nice. What color do you want to be? Oh, can you change the color or something? I don't know. I don't have any dyes on me. Anyway, let's sleep real quick and then let's continue on. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Sleeping bag's so handy. So handy. All right. Cool. So we got our little daisy. Now what do we do with the daisy? Now, one thing that you can do in Botania, which is pretty cool, here's a nice little cleared out area, is that you can take your Lexica Botania and see how you can aim at anything. If you hold down shift and then right click, whoa, another window just popped up. Did that not aim at the daisy? Oh my goodness, bad Lexica Botania. It kept on popping up little things to the wikis when I did it. Anyway, I aimed at the wrong thing. I kept aiming at the grass. Gotta aim at the daisy. So if I right click on it, it'll open up the book to the exact page that you want to see. So this is just showing off what the daisy was in the previous page. So anyway, it looks like what we got to do with the daisy is we got to set logs around it and stone around it. Okay, cool. So I already have some of it already made up, but let's just do it together. Let's grab some logs and stone. And it doesn't matter. If you want to, I recommend having a couple different daisies. And you can either just do all wood around it, or you could mix it up like they have in the picture. So it said you got to wait about a minute or so. Now it does all the logs and the stone that are in the adjacent slots of it. So just there, if we were to put one on top, it wouldn't do anything. If we put any below it, it wouldn't do anything. I'm curious, can you set, I have more of these daisies. Can you set a daisy on top of anything but dirt? No, it's got to go on the dirt. And then if you have multiple daisies, I don't think that it increases the speed at which it works at all. So cool. So we'll let that go. We'll just pretend that we already got a whole bunch of it. What do we have next? So, and we'll kind of do that and have that in the background so that we can see it happen. But let's see. Okay, so now we have living wood. We can make the twig. Cool. So we have some living wood. Let's just pretend that we already got it. Let's grab some of that and some of that. So this is what the stone turns into. That's what the logs turn into. So if we take 2 of these, put it together, we get a twig. Cool. What do we use with the twig for? Let's bring up Botany again, by the way. Just so if we got to look stuff up quickly, it's already there. Bam. We'll give that a little bit. So what can we use this twig for? Oh, it changed. It changed. Cool. Cool. It changed. Oh, man. Awesome. So then once it's changed, you want to rip it out and then place a new set around it. I recommend if you already have other mods that you're using, for instance, we use the Resonant Exchanger, it's pretty handy to just go like this. Nearby, put down those 2, and then you can just switch them up. Shift right click, and then you can just go bam, and it picks them up and sets down a new set into my inventory, so I can quickly just reset it. So we're going to put down another daisy. Another daisy. In fact, I wouldn't mind setting up an automated setup for this. That might be a fun little first project in Botania. But before doing that, I'd like to get some mana production going. So let's pretend that's not there yet. So anyway, this is the progression of going through it. So what do we got next? So we've got the twig. We know how to craft that. So next we're going to want to look at mana. So we got the mana pool. And it's talking about mana and how it works, how it spreads. We'll get into that. So now that we have living rock, we can make this diluted mana pool. Cool. Let's get out a crafting table. Oh, and it changed again for us. Super cool. Let's swap this out again. Bam. All right, so let's take this and we just go like this. Bam. Cool. Diluted mana pool. Awesome. So how do we fill it up? Fill up? Come on, guy. Fill up. Fill up. Fill up. How do you fill up? All right, let's put it over here. So this is like the beginning level mana pool. I guess we can put it right here. Yeah, that's good. I think you might actually even be able to color these. Let's see. Can I color this? Let's see. Use. All right, so eventually we can upgrade it once we have a bit of mana going on in there. It doesn't show me anything else. I know some of these you can color. Let's just see. Will you color for me? No, you don't want to color for me. Maybe we can't do these ones. I know some of them. I think you can color some of them. I could be wrong about that. A lot of the stuff in this mod, though, you're able to color, which is pretty cool. So maybe you can, I just don't realize, or maybe we haven't gained the knowledge yet. They don't tell you everything off the bat. But anyway, all right, that guy's done. We definitely need to automate this, because it's one of those little tedious tasks. Okay, so back in the Botania. So we made our mana pool. Okay, and this is telling us diluted mana pool, and then that will make the upgraded mana pool. Okay. Oh, we miss mana pool. Okay. And it's just saying that you use that for crafting. So for instance, throw an iron ingot in, it'll come out as a mana steel ingot, and it will use up some of the mana. The mana is the basic power. That's how you do the upgraded pearls, the upgraded pretty much everything. There's lots of recipes. Oh, mana cookie. I want a mana cookie. Okay, so the next thing in the book, let's go back. Okay, so we did mana pool, mana spreader. All right, the mana spreader is the most important component of mana. This is how we're going to be able to basically move the mana around. It's saying that we need a wand of the forest and that we use the mana spreaders to push around the mana. So it's going to be, instead of wires, there's no wires, it's going to be using the spreaders to pass from block to block. And there's different flowers that can generate all different types of mana. Okay, so here we go, mana spreader. So living wood, we got that. The little petals, any color we want. Okay, got that. And gold ingot, we got that. Cool. So I happen to set this already up in our AE to auto craft it. Cool. So let's go ahead and craft it. Oh, that's a redstone one. You can also make ones that do redstone. And we already have one, mana spreader. Okay. So again, that was the recipe. Super simple, super simple. I don't think it's super necessary to show me actually crafting up absolutely everything. All right, so where did we put our mana pool? I thought we put it, nope, we picked it back up. So let's put down our mana pool. And, you know what, let's do it a little bit closer because I think we need to set the flowers on grass. You know, I should be using the Horn of the Wild. All right, so let's set it down. Set it down right there. Cool. Mana spreader. Let's set it down right here. Okay, and that little end right there, that's what shoots out. That's what shoots into things. So actually, let's put it up one. Let's put it like that. Let's put it right there. Okay, so now it's saying we need to make that Wand of the Forest. Do you remember that? Wand of the Forest. Okay, here we go. So Wand of the Forest, it is just living wood, these little twig things, and then 2 of those guys. Now I already have a Wand of the Forest, but why not? We'll make another one. We will make another one. So we'll do, I have some brown on me. I have some yellow on me. Cool. We already did 1 twig. I think it was, what did it say? 3 twigs? All right, so 2, 3. Cool. And then I think we are going to need a crafting table at this point. And crafting table, maybe. Did I already set one down somewhere? Yep, over here. And let's go twig, twig, twig. And then you can customize to whatever color you want. So ours, actually, let's just do it here. We'll do yellow and we'll do white. Sweet. So we got a Wand of the Forest. Awesome. So now that we got a Wand of the Forest. Uh-oh, it's night again. Gotta sleep. Get that sleeping bag out before those mobs come. Oh, man. Don't get me. All right, good morning. Stretch out. Okay, so Wand of the Forest. What's it do? This is basically the tool, I guess, wrench or wand of whatever you want to do. Whoa, look at that. That's so cool. See, it says unknown. If I right click it, bam, it tells me what's going on with it. Bam, tells me what's going on with it. Look at that. And this is showing how far this mana guy is able to shoot before, I think it starts, like, you lose power almost like after this length. If this was wires, after this length, you'd start losing energy. It's either that or else this is the maximum it can go. Either way, you're supposed to put these as compact as possible. So that looks like that's what its range is. And that's pretty far, I have to be honest with you. So anyway, how do we get this guy to aim to that guy? Okay, well, basically what we got to do with our wand, if you hold shift and right click it, you can see bind mode and function mode. We want it on bind mode. And I think we then shift right click on this guy and then shift right click to there. Bam. See how now it's aimed? So now when we look at this, you actually see the box light up of what it's aiming at. Isn't that neat? I believe there's also a mode where if you hold shift and keep on right, no, maybe that's in the function mode. Yeah, look at that. You can just manually turn it if you don't have like a thing you want it to aim on. And then I think if you go like that, you can aim it all around and manually do it. Pretty neat, huh? Pretty neat. Because these things can do, I think, even like quarries in the future. But anyway, let's get this back into bind mode. Shift right click, bam. It's bound. When I look at it, that lights up. Awesome. So is this getting mana yet? Nope. We now got to get the flowers going on. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Mana manipulation. We did the mana spreader. Sparks, I don't think we have to worry about. Mana integrity. Mana pool. Maybe we're done with that for now. Generating. Okay, generating floor. So the first one that you're probably going to start off with at the very beginning is day blooms. And then it looks like they're really encouraging you to upgrade to endoflames. But anyway, day blooms, they are a flower that gets power or mana from the sun. And it's pretty easy to make. Basically, we have to get mystic yellow flower, light blue. So 2 yellows, 1 light blue, 1 orange. Okay, let's get them. All right, so back to our little apothecary. Let's fill this up. We go 1 blue. It's cool that it shows you it stays in there until you craft it. 2 yellow. I bet you could even automate this. I don't know if I don't think it has to come out from a player, but imagine you could just, sort of like we do with our seeds, we could probably get this to autocraft with AE. I'm guessing a lot, so that's going to have to be other projects we do. Bam! Day bloom. Awesome. So now, during the day, we can set up this day bloom. Let's just pretend we just crafted a whole bunch of them. We can start to set these down. Now, it's said in the book that the best way to craft, or to do this, they said this is bad, this is good. Apparently, sort of like plants in your garden, you don't want to plant them too close because their roots are going to get in the way of each other. And they're going to be fighting over all their good nutrients and everything. So they said to set it out in a pattern like this. And I think it's pretty cute that they do this. Bam, 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 bam. So we'll do that for now. And I'll set out more later. Okay. So we have this. So what's going on? Let's get out our wand of the forest so we can see what's going on. Unknown status. If you right click on it, you can see what's going on with the mana. Oh, did you hear those mana bursts? It looks like they're all empty. They each have their own almost like little individual storage, which is pretty cool. And then this guy, diluted mana spreader. Oh, and look at it. It actually tells you it's sending to the diluted mana pool. And you can see it just went away. Every time the mana, once it gets up to a certain amount, it bursts out. I'm really seeing kind of similarities between this and what's it called? Industrial craft. Sort of like there's, you know, different types of power and it's sent in packets. So that's pretty cool. And look at, we now have mana. Not too much mana, but we got some mana. So we got to let this just sort of add up over time and then we can upgrade to a better pool. So these are the basics of what you need to get started. How to get mana and get the basic things for crafting. Pretty cool. Now, how can we upgrade this? Let's just get this going so that it can work all the time. There's all different types of flowers. The next one that works well with the day blooms is the nightshades. Okay, these are basically the same exact thing, except they get power, let's say, from the nighttime. Let's say from the moon, even though it doesn't really matter. As long as it's nighttime, it'll be generating power. This way, you don't only get power during the daytime, you get it during the day and the night. So again, that recipe is the gray, 2 blacks, and a purple. Okay, and you just throw it in there, do it with the bucket, throw on the seed, bam, 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 and you got a bunch of them. So let's grab out a bunch of them. Man, we're getting tight on space. So now that we have this, we fill this in, and look at that. See how that works out so great? And there you can make a nice little pattern, and only the day blooms fight with each other. These guys won't fight with the day blooms, so you can do it in a pattern like this. Pretty neat. Bam, and we'll go like bam, bam, bam. Very nice, very nice. And we got a few more day blooms. Now, another thing that's going to happen, and you'll notice, is that these guys over here, see how it's getting all that power? All right, what about this guy? This one's torn out, so it looks like it's only sucking efficiently from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away, it seems like. Because as soon as we go to 6, look at that, it's not getting it. So, good thing to do is to make multiple mana spreaders. And let's get another one. I got 2 more of them in here. Let's get this other mana spreader. And we'll put it... Put it right here. Oh, that was a mana spreader that I set down. I like to have it up one. I don't know if that matters. I don't think it does. But I like to have nothing getting in the way of it, because some things does matter for line of sight. So anyway, if we click on this now, shift right click on this, and you can see the mana is going up a little bit. It's sucking from that flower. And then we can aim it at this guy. It should be now firing. See, that one now highlights when I look at this one? So this one's shooting over to that one. Pretty cool. And we actually now have a little bit of space. And we're not generating more mana, but we're able to pull from further away. So pretty cool. I guess within 5 blocks. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. So we've got our mana setup going. Let's get another diluted pool. Let's craft this up, and this was so easy. This was just that stone, 5 of that stone. Let's see if this is enough to upgrade it yet. Oh, it's got a little check mark, so that might mean that it's okay. Bam! Look at that, and we still got mana to spare. Oh, sweet. This is filling up pretty quick. All right, so why don't we get a new pool going on? And let's go aim this guy now at this guy. Cool, and let's get another mana spreader. And I'll go there. Yeah, it looked like it auto-linked to that one. Sweet. Oh, is this aiming at the right one? I don't want it to pull. Oh, crud nuggets. That, what is that guy linked up to? There to there. It looks like I'm doing a little loop right here. No! Okay, that's going to there. That is not aiming to there. Alright, we got to move this pool. Or maybe it was. I don't think it was. Alright, let's do this pool over here. Let's swap this one to there. Okay, there we go. And look at that. And it's empty. Alright, cool. So we can get rid of this guy. And we can actually upgrade this guy once again. Alright, it looks like we got plenty of mana to do so. Bam! Got another upgraded one. Very nice, very nice. This guy is now empty. So let's knock that guy out. And we can put our pool back there again. And I'm going to aim this guy back at that one. And we'll do another one of these. Bam. Look at that. It's cool how it just picks it up. Bam. Bam. And it goes pretty quickly. That's pretty cool. So this one is now looks empty. You can see those bursts have gone away. Cool. Cool. So these are all the basics of starting. Let's check how much time we have left. I'm assuming that we're probably running a little low on time. And I'd like to get going on I have so many ideas for projects for at least the beginning game of Britannia. But we got a lot to do. And there's most of the mod I have not even seen yet. So I think it'll be pretty fun doing it blind. I'm definitely loving it already, and I'm loving the concepts of it. It's really cool magic mod. Anyway, we'll be right back. Alright guys, back, and without question we are out of time. So I think we're going to have to continue off with this come next episode. I'm definitely digging it. I hope you guys are as well. We're going to try and do a lot of cool things with Britannia and really try and push its limits. I really liked how the mod author, they don't get into exacts with it. It's all like max or min. So it's one of those mods where it's just really, you can go big or go home with, which I love. So guys, let's try it. Let's do it again. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Thanks for watching. Happy 100 episodes of ModSauce. It's amazing. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking with me. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you want to support the channel. If you enjoyed the episode, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And yes, until next time, peace out. Oh baby, it just looks so cool. I love it. Here's to another 100 episodes, guys.